All right, man. We got my dog Bene here. We got tons of stories going around from Cam. My bad. Let me restart this. All right, man. We got my dog Bene here. We got a ton of stories about the Julio 300 game. We've heard it on Cam Newton's 4th and 1. We've heard it on the Raw Room with Trey Boston. We got you here to actually tell us what really happened the week of and the day of that Julio 300 game.
I mean, you can recall it. It's a very defining moment in career, obviously. I definitely can recall it. It was a lot, man. It was a lot that went into that game beforehand, afterwards. It's so much to really go through, but just kind of interesting. What was interesting, right? Like, I love Trey's perspective and his insight to it because, right, he was in the DB room, so he got to talk about how, right, we assigned one guy to a rookie, an incoming rookie that went to like a D2 school to cover Julio Jones. Like, that was what we did. There's a lot that played into it and some reasons why. We'll get into it today. Then you can hear Cam's perspective on like, oh, I heard the DBs, they was all scared of Julio and they was, oh my God, you got to guard Julio. Not realizing, and he heard it, but he was talking about two rookies, one that went to West Virginia, one went to a D2, who never seen nothing like that. Right. So it's understandable for rookies. Like, I talked about my confidence coming as a rookie, like, do I even belong here? So we, kind of let them know, and we was like, nah, you got it. Now, most of the room, we always kind of like, man, that's kind of crazy that we just going to make a rookie go into covering him one-on-one and, like, nobody else going to get reps, nobody else going to try anything, nobody going to study him. And then, me being able to reflect and go back, honestly, I can understand where I'm not going to say that he was the only one to guard him, but I can understand why the assignment you were trying to give that to him. Previous year, I'm coming off of my ankle surgery, right? So I just missed, we went to Super Bowl the previous year, just had my ankle broke, like I did that in like December. So now you're telling me I'm about to play in the game. This is like October. I've been playing, but I'm not really deemed a true starter. Like, I did start, but we were rotating me and the two. We had a second-round draft pick.
Who was
James Bradbury.
Okay.
That's who was signed to cover Julio first. Then we had a third round, Darryl Worley, and then our fifth round was Zach Sanchez. And then in the room was like me. I think we had another Teddy Williams and Rob McClain. Rob McClain was in there. So if you kind of look at that, if you really look at it, the one that has the most size is James Bradbury. He's got the most physical status of us, knowing that I'm hurt. Then it goes Darryl Worley. So I understand why they may have thought that was a better matchup. But, as we all know, a lot of times it'd be about the dog in the fight when you go to it. And unfortunately, that was something that he wasn't really ready for, or he didn't really believe, because he actually did okay, but he just didn't really know what he was facing against. Like,
nobody do.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
until you get out there and realize,
so,
all right, 6'4", 230.
And that was another part to it. Like, I remember my first time. Like, I still had Josh. Like, my first time. So my experience is interesting because I got to see before Josh Norman got to be assigned to Julio, right? Like, when I first got there, my very, very first year, that first game we played Atlanta, it was no like, Josh, you're about to follow Julio and you're going to do this and da-da-da-da. That wasn't it. It was like, we're going to line up, we're going to play. We had another corner named Melvin White who was also bigger than Josh Norman. So it was like, we're going to play left and right. He come here, we're going to send the safety over the top. We're going to do different things.
Of course.
Then that second game in my rookie year, I remember Josh kind of being like, nah, I want the assignment. I need this. And he was like, on it, but that was also kind of coming up to his contract year. So Josh, that first year, and nobody really knows that first game we played when Julio went left and right, he didn't really get anything on Josh Norman. So people think Josh Norman just had like a 1 year on Julio, but it really wasn't. He kind of did his thing that first time. The second game, because we were divisional opponents, Josh low-key did shut that man down. Like, he was in his bag, put his whole cape on. He had his Dark Knight Batman, like, aura about him, and he went out there and balled the game plan, and we left him. We did a lot of stuff, though, that was verses of, like, cover 1 and cover 3. So he kind of knew he was going to have a backer drop in or the safety going to, like, lean to his side, stuff like that. So, we kind of tried to keep that same game plan when James Bradbury got there, but the mentality of what you had in Josh Norman wasn't really there.
So how did you even get into this lineup when you 8 months after breaking your ankle?
Yeah, so honestly, I started the season on PUP. Like I was on, I couldn't even.
So training camp, you and PUP, you're not even doing nothing.
Training camp,
just rehabbing.
Yeah, and that's for people that don't know, that's physically unable to perform. So I'm not even doing nothing. I come back to practice. I think you got to be on PUP for like 2 weeks or something like that of training camp, 2 to 3 weeks. So it's like the 2 weeks go by, because I had a reset. Like my ankle was like kind of doing good, but then I think I had to do like the condition test. When I did the condition test, I didn't finish the conditioning test, and my ankle was like just on fire. I'm like, oh, something's wrong. It swelled up on me. So then they're like, oh, it's bad, but it's good that we're gonna flush it out. You're gonna do this, whatever. So I ended up going to training camp. We had some stuff happen in training camp that was just some miscues from, I guess, between the GM, trainer, me, on what game I was gonna play, not play. I remember we had a preseason game against the Ravens, and it was weird. I was kind of under the impression I wasn't gonna play. The GM came to me like, oh, the only way we can really evaluate you and see if you can make the team is if you play. You know that, right?
Fear-monger.
And at that time, I really was green in the sense of like, I didn't know that like, you don't want to get out there and show bad tape because now they can cut you. Like I'm thinking he's telling me he gonna cut me because I'm not playing, and didn't realize what was going on. So of course I ended up, like it was so bad to where like I did a warm up as if I was not about to play the game, and I came back in and my jersey and my helmet was in my locker that I didn't even pack. We was playing at the Ravens. I didn't even pack that.
You didn't even pack your bag?
I didn't even pack my bag.
They packed it for you.
So they packed it for me.
Oh, you gonna play this game?
You gonna play this game?
He probably got
So-
the
gonna get this
team
game.
issue cleats that ain't broken into. You know the little cleats that you don't want in the bag. They put
All I wanted.
So I'm out there.
Come get it, coach.
I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm suiting up. When I go out to suit up, my DB coach look at me like, what you doing? Got him and said, I got to play. Like, he said, they need to see what I can do. He was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna talk to the DC and the head coach. So I go through warm-ups, doing all right. We get through, like, the first quarter, he ain't put me in. Second quarter, he ain't put me in. It's halftime. So I was in there like, bro, like, oh, this thing getting stiff now. Like, I ain't even trying to play no more. Come back out at halftime. I see when we walking out, or like right when we walked in, I see the GM.
Real quick. What did Julio have at halftime?
Well, this Julio at halftime had like, I think he had like 200 yards in that, but this ain't.
This is before this.
This is
though.
before. This is leading. Yeah, this is leading. This is like
man.
we still in training camp. So in training camp, this like I see Julio. I mean, I see our GM come down, and I see him kind of go over to the trainers. I see him, having a conversation. I come back out. When I come back out, I kind of was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go in. Like, let me try to get this warm. Start getting warm, trying to do everything. I end up getting in like the third quarter, made a couple good plays. I think it was like three. I think I've made like 3 stops or like 2 stops, and like we got a 3 and out. And then DB coach was like, all right, you showed enough. Like, you're not going back in. So we literally played those rookies. It was James Bradbury, Darryl Worley, and Zach Sanchez. Like, all right, we got to just get them reps because we know we got a young core. So that was the end of that game. After that, it was like a true, like, how you see the depth chart every week, and it's like mine was at the bottom. And then it was a true battle. Like, you see me bump up the next week, 3rd string, bump up the next week, 2nd string. Then it was like James Bradbury. Like, when you see our depth chart that we would like have on it would be James Bradbury, Darryl Worley was the 2 starters, and then it was like me with a little slash.
Yeah.
So like really Darryl was supposed to be the starter, but I don't even really know what happened because we ended up playing the Broncos our first game, and I think I just ended up having a better game than Darryl, and so it ended up being like me and James as kind of like deemed as the starters. I got to pick that first game back. Like, it was kind of a big thing in Carolina, and everybody was like, oh, big play is back. Like, it was pretty dope to kind of like beat all of us because that's what I was pushing for.
So what was your ankle feeling like at that moment, week 1?
So week 1, right before week 1, what was crazy, and I'm glad you asked that, is just like, I think it was the last preseason game they made me play. And for a few plays, I remember I felt like I like kind of tweaked it. And at the time I had a plate and then I had 2 screws holding it together. And we took my tape off after one of the practices or after the game. I think we were like doing something, and we've seen like a little protrudence coming from my skin, and it was one of the screws that came loose in the skin.
That just sounds crazy.
So then I was kind of like, oh, that look fun. Like, what is that? They like, oh, all right, it just came loose. It's like, but if we tape it, it'll what you got to push it back
we
in,
just
tape
it and push it back in. You're gonna be all right.
When I told right, so then when I told you guys,
These should be crazy.
so what the plan was, I think our bye week was supposed to be like week 6, and they were like, you can do the surgery now, but you're not gonna be able to play for a while. And I didn't really know the timeline of like not being able to play, and you know how they spin it, right? When they tell you what they want, like how they want you to say it.
Yeah.
So then they was like, or you could just take a corticosteroid shot, which we inject right into your ankle, and then we'll just keep making sure we tape it and you do rehab, and it'll be cool. I want to play because I'm thinking you gonna cut me. Yeah. So I'm like, all right, well, let me get the shot. Get the shot. Shot is like crack. I don't feel nothing. Don't feel nothing.
Yeah, you about to tear that motherfucker off.
So I'm out there every week. So you take it, and that corticosteroid shot is supposed to last you 5 to 6 weeks, which was gonna make it to the bye week. Mm-hmm. So what they don't tell you though is like obviously the pain after the game. So I'm over here, get the corticosteroid shot, cool. Take the Toradol pill. 2, so I got that and Toradol pill. I'm
Golly,
right. I'm doped up.
Holy
shit!
On the field.
We played in Denver, so altitude. So when the game was over, I remember trying to go back to the plane. I'm like, hey, I need some crutches. Like I can't even
step on it.
Then when I get into the plane, just swell up. I'm like, man, like all right, I don't know about this shot, but I still don't feel like. Basically, they flush it out. You get in the hot tub, the cold tub, do all that. They flush it out. But by like Tuesday's practice, I'm good. So I was kind of on that. I was in my 2nd year in the league or 3rd year in the league now. And what was interesting was I was almost on like vet program in my 3rd year in the league. Yeah. I'm pretty much not practicing on Monday, not practicing on Tuesday. All right, you're going to warm up on Wednesday, start doing a little bit Thursday, So I'm like, all right, cool. Like this is the program, Feeling good, play a couple decent games. Then we get to the week of the Julio game, right? When we get there, I'm thinking, all right, y'all manage me. Y'all want me to play. I'll never forget that first Monday meeting. It goes, the depth chart shows me as a starter, but then it says our assignments, and it says James Bradbury on Julio Jones. And I'm like, damn, like I ain't even gonna get the shot. Like I'm like, I'm kind of like, I get it. I know my ankle, but I'm playing. I didn't got a pick at this point. I didn't do this, whatever. Yeah. So I'm not even going to get the shot. And I remember being like, one of the things that our DC used to talk about was understanding your assignment, like knowing your role. And I was kind of like at that debate of do I say something, do I not say something? I was like, man, all right, whatever. I'm not even going to argue. We go out to practice. What really blew my mind about practice, though, we usually do 1s and 2s, right? They made that boy Bradbury take 1s and 2s reps on. If anything was if Julio was in on a play, he was in, whether it was the 1s or 2s. If it was no Julio in, then he was out, and then it would be like me and Worley in. Yep. So ain't nobody else took reps on that Monday, or that practice that we had. Nobody else took reps as if they was even going against Julio. So then I went to the coaching staff. I went to the DC first, I went to my DB coach. I remember I went to Wilkes. I went to DB coach. I'm like, hey, man, look, like, I get it. I know your role. I ain't even trying to be on, like, weird. Like, I ain't trying to be like that, but you think it's good that we just only got one person taking practice reps against Julio, like, doing his routes, like, anything? And he looked me dead in the face. He was like, I could tell he was probably at a conflict, but he was just like, this is what we gonna do. This is how we doing it. And I was like, so we don't need to like study, we don't need to do nothing. Like a possibility. He like
watch a film.
Nah, we trust James. We want James to do it. I'm like, all right. I guess so.
James was a first round pick?
Rookie. Second round pick. Second round pick. He's a rookie, 2nd round pick. And he got the intangibles. He ended up being a really good corner in the league, doing his thing. But as a rookie to be faced against
Julio Jones.
Prime Julio too.
I was gonna pause it too. I'm like, prime Julio with Matt Ryan. That ain't even like
It wasn't
The
fair.
best corner.
Yeah.
The best
Fair.
corner.
it's not
bro.
fair at all because that's a great receiver with every ability with a quarterback,
right?
like a good one. Like y'all was outmatched at that point.
Off the rip.
Off the
so
rip.
let me also even tell you, at the time they had the two backs. It was like Freeman and
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Fast from Indiana, bro. He was playing with the Jets. Tevin
Williams?
Coleman.
Yeah, Tevin Coleman and Freeman.
And Freeman.
So and both
going
backs was
crazy.
going for 100 each.
Yeah, it's going crazy.
So that was
Crazy.
kind of like the whole reason why like corners like, yo, you on the island. But it was still supposed to be like the safety supposed to lean towards Julio in the, in
Which
that
was Trey.
sense,
He said lean.
So
man.
we-
I was
Which
was
standing
who?
over
We
we
Trey.
had,
over
we
Julio
had Trey
myself.
and I think it was a Griffith twin. I don't know if his name is Marcus Griffin, but it was a Griffith twin. They both went to Texas, but it was the one that played safety. And he was on our team at that time. And then we had like, again, we was kind of young. Like we had another dude named like Dean Marlowe. Lou Young was on the team. Like,
crazy.
so Dean Marlowe Young, like, so it's really just, they kind of depended. I think we had,
Y'all got a young group.
we
period.
had Roman Harper and Kurt Coleman, which is like the vets, but it's kind of like Kurt Coleman was our ball hawk. You want him in the stuff. Roman Harper at that time was more like trying to be like the run fit guy. So it was just a little like we didn't have nobody. Like Trey was really supposed to be just like the true safety that can like be rangy.
Sideline
But
to
for whatever
sideline,
reason,
yep.
they was like rotating them.
Let me ask you this. Cam said that y'all was scared walking around talking. Is that true? Y'all was walking in there talking?
He ain't
like,
heard nothing like that from me. But I
What
will
was his
say,
nickname? What did he call you?
Beanie Man.
That's good.
Beanie Man.
So Bene, but I also when I got to Carolina, I was wearing beanies like all the time. I always had on,
That's
like,
where they
hoodies,
came from?
hoodies and beanies. I really don't know.
That
He
boy
just
had me contemplate. I'm like, Beanie Man, he was probably strapping shit. He was putting it on his no.
I don't know. I think he started off just like like he wasn't saying Bene. I think it was just like Beanie. That's what he read my name as, and then
Couldn't say your name basically.
I think that's what it started off as. And then when I ended up getting with the ones, and I was like, I got a lot of picks on him in like training camp and stuff. And then he was like, oh, okay, you can play. And then we got cool. Like that's how we got cool. That was my rookie year. Second year we was cool. But in that year, he from his perspective, from his side, he did hear what happened was James Bradbury got put on Julio, right? And we get this assignment, so we walking out. But Worley and Sanchez, the other rookies, like, bro, you about to cover a prime Julio? Like, dog, that's it. So they gassing it and they joking, but they also like still like you gotta do your work. It's so it wasn't really like
It wasn't no scariness involved.
like
Man,
it was
listen here,
some
man.
fear, but it wasn't no like
That's Julio Jones. Yes. It's Julio Jones.
It's
Julio Jones.
bro, we about to play against
Bro,
Tom Brady.
listen to me.
but
I'm not scared of Tom Brady. I'm
No,
not agree.
okay,
He's
but-
playing a GOAT.
But
Go ahead.
Julio been Julio since Alabama, dog.
fine.
He went to the combine and
He
we all was like,
just like I
God
did.
damn. And then he hit the league and we like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't them being scared, but it is what it is. Like he's
like,
6'4", he
it was
run
the-
4'3".
it was the real it was the
Because you act like
realization-
bro.
I didn't say he wasn't like that. I'm just saying it was no way.
And you
that
gotta
they were
sit
that
there
scared.
like,
As a rookie,
bro,
you are that scared.
You are. You seen him run? He run like a horse, bro.
Bro, it was
You
was
gotta
for
guard it
them.
all game, and his quarterback good.
I'm telling you right now.
You is a little like,
wouldn't-
you ain't scared, but you like,
I'm gonna tell you honestly.
I buckle
I'm
my
a-
seatbelt.
I hope
so
I
I-
feel good today.
Yeah, that part.
I hope my hamstrings
all I'm
work
saying.
today.
But that's what, okay. So like, keep it a beat. I remember Bradbury was like, me. Like that was one of the faces. Like, he was really
scared,
like,
but he was like,
he was like,
He was a little
like, oh, that's
choked
what
up.
we doing?
Oh, I got him
And-
today.
No,
Yeah, like
Second
that was
round draft
that,
pick.
that was the
roll.
initial. Yeah, that was the initial thing, and I think like he was processing it. Like, okay, like I'm really gonna be covering this dude.
He was
Okay.
thinking about how high his knees be going up when he run. That's what he
right,
was
like
thinking
that was
about.
initially what it was, but then like I said, it was
Why does
it's
it
like
get
the
off
homies,
like that?
right? It's the homies like, bro, you finna go have to cover. Who's one like they was doing that, like they was joking with him, but you know it had some realness in it, but it wasn't like, oh my God, I'm shaking in my boots.
That's
like
what
I'm
I'm
not
saying.
about to. You know,
it just seemed like Cam made it seem like that was on.
That's what had me. See, Cam, bro, you did have me hot with that, bro. Like, cause I can't believe you really did that. Cause especially for me, like I told you guys when I got to Carolina, I really wasn't sure if I belonged. And Cam is somebody that I looked at and was like, damn. That motherfucker's bigger than I thought, and damn, like.
But that don't mean you scared of.
Yeah, and that's my point is when I went out there, and when I got to go with the ones, and the first time he seen me, he threw the ball my way. I got a PBU. Then he kind of was like talking shit, and I'm still kind of like, I'm not at that moment of like ready to talk shit back to him. I'm still kind of like, damn, that's Cam, like Luke Kuechly out here, like I'm with the ones, Starla, Tula, like I'm still kind of processing that to where he was like, same play, ran the same signal. I'm like, oh, this nigga's disrespectful. So now I got to like, fuck him. You know, like he's just another person out here in that sense. And that's what I feel like, right? They ain't seen Julio. They just, you hear miss at this point because you just came from college.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
Facts, bro.
You know?
The whispers be real though.
Yeah,
You hit it on the head. And at that point, because you get a lot of guys in the league from D2 or smaller schools, like you said, they just probably hadn't even had guarded somebody like that. And bro, we gonna give Julio his flowers. He darn near generational. Like when I think about Julio Jones, I'm like, bro, we've been saying his name since Alabama, since what, like his freshman year?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he's been Julio Jones everywhere he been. Yeah. Every team, everywhere he's been Julio Jones till he got older and he was done. So like, I'm not gonna say it was scared, but they had the right to be. They wasn't stupid.
Deep inside he was.
They was just aware.
Deep inside he
you
was.
know what I'm saying?
So where
You was scared of AP?
I got him at the back end.
You was scared of Marshawn Lynch?
I got him at the back end. I didn't have any prime running backs during my time.
That's
But if you had Brandon Jacobs running through the
I'ma
hole
tell
in
you
his
like
prime,
this.
it would have been a little bit of fear in there.
Okay, here's
keep it a
let me tell you another
you know,
one.
like I'm gonna tackle him.
So-
I'm gonna for sure hit his ass.
No, you're right.
But I'm like, God damn.
I'll tell you another one real quick. Cause my rookie year, we played Detroit Lions. Calvin. So my rookie year,
Generational.
they was like so my rookie year, I caught Calvin on towards the more like that was I think that was his last maybe second to last year.
You caught the turf toe Calvin.
Yeah, I caught that
still
Calvin.
do 1,000.
But even then, I tell you, my assignment was not. I was supposed to be in the slot. But then they did a motion to get me on Calvin by myself.
Hell yeah.
And so apparently,
I'd have been backing up.
when I'm up there, but I'm on Calvin, and apparently they checked the whole defense. I just played man because I was locked in, just like he not gonna catch this ball.
Yeah, you saw him was like, oh shit.
Yeah, you know, like I had that
football today.
you know. So that's all you can think of. Like
coming in.
you got to give it that. Like
Let's go.
you know, like
You a real one, so you like, I gotta strap it
And
on.
I remember
right
they threw a back shoulder. He ended up like kind of throwing, and I kind of got him out of bounds. It was incomplete, and I was like, I was hyped. I was feeling myself, and my DB coach was like, "Hey man, good job." But we checked the coverage though.
That shit was quiet.
Yeah, I didn't
Got no safety on top
Hey, he
of
was
it.
like, Coach, I ain't hear nothing you said.
Yeah,
I
so-
see Calvin over there. I locked in.
Lock it in.
So you know, so like I said, it is what it is when it came to that. For me, a lot of the real grimy stuff that I never really spoke on. I'm glad it's like our platform, like a platform that I'm sharing that we can speak on it. Is more so how really the game went. Like everyone likes to say, oh, he got the whole 300 hung up on his head, and that's where I'm like, damn. Trey came in, spoke on like how we ain't even in practice. I remember when I asked like, yo, so are we gonna like at least help study? Like any of us you want us to study? And I got told with a no. The ego in me, I ain't gonna even lie. When I was told no, you ain't gonna get them, you ain't gonna get nothing, wear them, I look, fuck it then, I ain't watching no film.
That part.
So I didn't. As a mistake. Like if you go back, right, is that a mistake? Probably yes, that's a mistake. But at the same time, it was like y'all telling me I'm not about to, like I ain't got nothing to do with him. I ain't gonna be on him not once. I can't even get the
I don't
opportunity.
even think that's a mistake on your part.
Those
Because
are
the coaches get like that.
those are spectators, bro.
Yeah,
The
so
guys who know and play, we know number one, y'all got the hardest job on the field.
Facts.
Number one. You doing the hardest job versus arguably the best athlete on the damn field.
yeah.
Okay?
So-
and then you gotta guard them and move. And then while being injured, and that's the part I feel like people, because it's one thing to play through injury, but it's one thing to like play at a high level with a high level athlete
Yeah.
through injury.
Yeah.
You know,
At
100%.
And
corner.
they knew.
And that's why I got dragged. That's really why I got dragged, was because I said the wrong thing at the end of the game in the media. And they took it, people didn't understand what I was saying. Because yes, I'm a professional athlete. I'm coming off of this injury. I'm 8 months out. I'm like 8, 9 months out of this surgery and it's my ankle. It's my legs. It's not like it's something else. And so I couldn't really run over like off season. And then you have to also realize, like, one of the things that I had to, like, why I was able to like just chill and just not fight back and like be in the comments with people and get on is because I'm like, bro, most of these people wasn't even fans of Carolina because we just made the Super Bowl the year before.
Yeah.
So we didn't even, like, I remember the Instagram and my Instagram popping and blowing up during that season. So once we made the Super Bowl and we get excess amount of fans, they don't even know that I was hurt and what I was doing beforehand. So you just got people that's watching, and this is like week 4 or 5 of that next year, you know. So I had to kind of like, that was the only way I could stay sane, because I was for sure ready. Man, I was ready to get to it.
Of course.
You know, on Twitter, go back and forth, but I kept it cool. But the real thing that really, it was tough because of the team, how they handled it, the media, all that stuff. Because it wasn't like the outside fans, that's one thing. But then when you see how, like, what they told me, what to do, what to talk about, all that, and then you see what the coaches said, that was cold in how it got done. Because as I told you during the week, I'm not even supposed to be practicing on him. I'm not even supposed to guard him.
Yeah.
It's the first series, James Bradbury stubs his toe. Like, I remember Julio, like, I think, like, what was dope, James actually got hands on Julio, like one of the first plays, jammed him to the ground. Julio, like, I'm talking about, he got Julio like crawling. Like, he did what he was supposed to do, but then he didn't really think about, like, we call it plaster, right? Like, quarterback got outside the pocket, and then he ended up finding Julio. Julio get like a 30, 40-yard gain, like first 3 plays of the game. So then they like, well, they gonna have a rookie on? Let's figure that out. I think Julio had like 94 yards in the first quarter. Like, he had them to 94 yards.
And my point is, the type of player Julio Jones was, that day was going to happen in his career, whether it was y'all
Or somebody
or
else.
somebody else.
Somebody was getting that
Because
thing.
all he ever needed was a quarterback that could get it to him.
Yeah.
And that was his capability. It always been that high. We've always looked at him like that, like shit.
I remember going back at first, like, I remember going through, and I had it in my phone for a minute of, like, he got this catch. Like, because I was ready, like, man, he got this catch on this person, he got this. And, like, I was like, bro, I didn't even, like, y'all trying to tell me I gave up 300. I didn't give up 300. But nonetheless, it is, I mean, he had a day.
Man, tell him to line that shit up now. Shit.
Man, that game
He's
over.
Julio is highly regarded.
I deleted his number.
The crazy thing about Julio too is, like, he's a phenomenal athlete, one of the best. But I feel like in the wide receiver community, he's highly regarded as a route runner.
Yeah, what's crazy
As a really good damn receiver. Like, screw the ability.
Yeah.
Like, you watch the film of him, man, his routes
His
is
technique, bro.
woo!
like, it was wild about
Man,
it. What's really,
like,
really wild about it
Talk
is,
about how you want to play.
when people ask me best covers that I had to deal with, my hardest cover, he is truly like one of the best. Like, he is the best.
Yeah.
But in my hardest 3 covers would probably have to be AB, him as Julio, and D-Hop.
Yeah,
I think those 3 was
They
just
can
like,
go. They can go.
On another level.
D-Hop and AB are way stronger than you think,
Yeah.
and then they shiftier than you really know.
Hey,
AB's motor is on crack, and then Julio is strong, physical, and
Can run
fast. And
routes.
when I'm trying to get out of my breaks, I'm all over it. Like, and then he just give me a nudge. Like, it was just different. you know?
I done did 100 reps of squat with AB at Gold's Gym at 10 o'clock at night. He the strongest 5'9" motherfuckers on the earth, boy.
He looking at you. You going?
Bro, I'm in there, and we going form too. I'm talking about we deep. I'm like, AB, like, you finna go play on Sunday? Like, I am cooked.
Yeah.
Like you said, like, bro is way stronger than you would think. Like, he is a monster.
Like,
for 5'9", 180. Shit.
So the first quarter happens. Bradbury stubs his toe.
Oh, yeah.
Julio got 90 yards at this point. What happens next?
So the first drive happens. That's when Bradbury stubs his toe. Come to the sideline like, man, I don't know, my toe hurt. I remember the DB coach looking at him like, what that mean? Like, that's not
baby.
Julio the guard.
Like,
I don't care about
like,
James.
F that
James
toe.
over there trying to
Cut
like,
it off.
James trying to move, and he like running, but he got this gimp to him. So now we looking around like. I remember that's when the DB coach, he look around and he passed me, he passed Rob, then he go Worley. All right, what we gonna do is we gonna put Worley. So I'm like, all right, like,
came in looking at the
bet.
niggas like Space Jam.
bro, I promise you, that's literally what it was.
Who I got?
He's got the secret stuff.
So he put Worley on him. Worley went out there. First play, they see Worley out there. Bomb. It was like a 45, 50-yard bomb. And we were supposed to be playing like certain leverages or whatever, and Worley was like, just tell me. Because mind you, he ain't study Julio neither,
Nobody.
right?
Yeah.
Like none of them. So he's supposed to, like, the safety's supposed to tell us like, oh, like, hey, like, I'm not with you or I'm with you based on certain calls. Yeah. Worley said he didn't get that. So Worley playing inside leverage, Julio just speed release outside. Get like a 45. It was like, it was a 45, 50-yard bomb.
Wow.
So that's how he get his 90 in the first quarter. That's like 90. I'm telling you, it's like he damn near had 100 in the first quarter.
Bro, when you on that island with him and he got the quarterback, because I've been on offense, like, you know, we got AB, and I'm out the game. We on the sideline. We watching the D coordinator switch the corner. We like, you can keep on switching them. Yeah. Hey, off it again, good day.
So the safety and the linebacker over
We're
there.
like, bring the next one, go ahead.
So that ends up happening, right? Mind you, good thing about it, Julio ain't got no touchdown yet though. He just getting all these yards. So then I remember right after that play, I think like they took Julio out. I told you that the 2 Russian running backs to get 100 yards. I think they handed the ball off. I don't know which one of them scored. They scored like 3 plays though. Took 3 plays to score. So they kind of like, man, they on the sideline. We sitting there. Worley, like, man, he said this, did it. Like, we kind of going back and forth. And I never forget, Trey was out there kind of like laughing because he wasn't in. He was sitting on the bench kind of like, you don't want to play me, huh?
Happy.
Yeah, like, y'all want to play me, huh? I know what it is. So we go there. At this point, I'm kind of like, I'm sitting there, and I'm kind of having that debate in my head, like, bro, do I say I get this dude or like what? Because at least I've been in the room to see what's going on.
Yeah.
So I'm like not saying nothing, and then he come back and he talking about he going back and forth with Worley. Worley's like, man, I don't even remember what he said, and he was just like, look, and I was like, man, fuck that shit. All right, I'll go get him. That's literally what happened. Like, it was just one of the, I'll go get him.
You said that.
That's
You
my
want some
dog.
too, old man?
That's my dog.
That's what I said. I ended up being like, man, fuck all that. Got it. I go get him. So then we go out there, and I remember Trey was a safety at the time, and I'm like, hey, because he finally come in, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna just be physical at the line of scrimmage and make sure he don't get real outside releases. If he get outside release, like, if I get inside release, you know the bang ain't coming. So I need you to hit him. Like, that's what we need to do. We need to play this inside out right now. He was like, all right, I got you, bet. So I remember it was like 2, obviously now they see me. So 2 plays back to back. I don't know if it was the go ball first and then the hitch, or it was like, I think it was the hitch. Cause like they had been running go ball. So then they thought, I think they hit me with the hitch, but I did a good job, came back, tried to like knock the ball down, but that's when it's just like, I was all over him. He just,
Julio.
and I like got him out of bounds.
It's Julio,
But
bro.
that was his first catch under like 20 yards. So on the sideline, they kind of like,
Good play.
good job.
Yeah,
I'm
you
like,
contained him.
I'm feeling good, whatever. Come back to me. I don't know if it was a play later or 2 plays later. Try to hit me on the go ball now. Knock you down though. I'm running stride for stride, get in phase, see it, boom, knock it down. Now I think I'm like, I forget about the ankle. I forget about my out of shape. Like, I ain't really ready to run with Julio. I'm over there. What the fuck I'm talking about? Yeah, I'm hype. I'm like,
Losing all that oxygen.
I'm talking.
wasting
I'm
energy.
Hey, I'm talking hella shit. Walking back to the home. He got me fucked up. This is my time. This is what
Turn
it
it
is.
down.
Dapping up trades. Doing
It's
whatever.
your time, all right?
Bruh, they hit me with the a run pass. I think it was Tyler Gabriel. What's his name?
Yeah.
the little
18.
one.
The little
18,
18.
yeah. He was
Taylor
tough.
Gabriel.
He was tough.
Taylor
He was
Gabriel.
tough. He was nice.
Bro,
Fast,
I want to
too.
say like right after that, it wasn't that play. It was like the next play though, because I think they got a first down. Then it was the next play. Taylor Gabriel come in, first down. run me off. I'm running with him because I'm like, all right, Taylor, I know he can go too. They might try
he
him.
fast.
I'm running. They don't throw it. Come back to the huddle. Taylor then ran off to the sideline. Julio.
Come in.
Oh.
Come like a horse.
I'm right there, and I'm
You
feeling
like,
it.
oh,
I'm like,
shit.
oh, shit. I know this is it. So I go, get lined up. I'm sitting there.
Nah.
I'm like, I just got to get hands on. I got to get hands on if I can get hands on. But I'm, like, you already kind of cooked when you talking to yourself.
Exactly. That's it's over already.
It's because you're tired.
Yeah, I'm tired. I'm trying to figure out.
And
how
you're
to get
not
through it.
relaxed really when you like that. You're thinking
And
too much.
Then what made it worse was, I remember out the corner of my eye, Thomas Davis came over, and it looked like we was like how they used to double Calvin Johnson. Like I'm pressed, and I'm like head up to inside leverage, but then Thomas is like right where you at. He's standing there, and I'm kind of like, what we doing? Hey, hold on, what we doing? So I'm trying to slide to outside because it's like, all right, if we gonna vice him, like I can't be giving him the free release and you here.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, I try to slide outside, but then I'm like, well, damn, did I miss a call? Like, hold on. So then I kind of start backing up, and I'm trying to look at the defense and figure out what we're in, and Thomas is still next to Julio, and I'm like, bro, like, I don't know. So I just kind of start jogging, trotting back, thinking like, okay, let me just get to the deep third. But when I'm looking, I see Matt Ryan, he looking that way, not away from me. So I'm like, okay, the ball going over there. So I'm just trotting. And then I see him turn them shoulders towards me. I look, I'm like, what the fuck you doing? I take off, like, who you throwing to? Doing like this, running. I'll turn around. I said, oh, he 10 yards behind me already. I'm like,
Julio.
oh, shit. I see the ball coming.
All on time.
And what was crazy,
Horses.
Spinning.
all I could do,
derby
the only
out
thing
there.
I could think of, I was like, well, maybe underthrow it. So like,
Hell no.
I'm trying to do
That shit on point.
So
That's a
I'm,
good goddamn ball right there.
so I'm
his
running.
guy.
I'm running like this though. I'm going and I look back and I'm kind of like, okay, well let me try to catch it again. I'm looking like, nah, I gotta try to get there. He catch it and he like hit the ground. And it was one of them so tired. Like I tapped him on the ground, but like walking,
Dying.
got my hand on my hip, like
Oh, it's bad
shit.
out there with the heads. Get on
I'm
the
looking around, and then even the safety, like one of the safeties was like, damn, like, damn. I think it might have been like Kurt Coleman too. He kind of ran up over there, and I'm just like, bro, I don't know, like, what was we in? Like, why TD? Like, what was going on? TD, what was you doing? He like, man, I was trying to jam him. I jammed him. I'm like, you jammed?
Like,
in
hell
my
you
mind, I'm
did,
like, how
boy.
you get behind me if I took off before y'all and he jammed me? So I'm like, all right, man, like, fuck, all right, he got that one. Regroup. Like, trying to think about it. They score, go to the sideline, oxygen. I'm asking for oxygen. I'm hurting.
You didn't look at the play that Tom did. He
But
must
you know, on the sideline is only the picture, so you can't see.
can't see
it
just
sounded
the
like he
picture.
pushed him, but
Yeah, he pushed him forward. I had to watch it after the
Typical
game.
linebacker trying to jam.
Trying to jam.
He ended up
And
pushing
he really
forward.
missed.
Yeah.
Really missed.
He actually helped Julio. He gave him that.
Yeah.
bump.
Yeah, like that. Like he
Pushed him
kind of
right in
like
the
put
back.
him on the back, and then like
Julio
gave him
went just
that
like
bump.
this.
So,
Thank you.
Thank you. Right by
but
him.
at this point, right, what was really crazy about all of it was when you in that much physical exertion, everything start hurting.
Mm-hmm.
Boy start feeling his ankle. I'm like,
Should probably feel hot.
oh, like my ankle is hot.
That's the worst feeling in mid-game.
My body, like I can't, like I don't even know if I can run. Like I know I can barely run, but it just really goes to show like when you reach that like level of like physical exertion, like you feel everything. And I remember just like my legs won't get up no more.
And you also, I feel like, I've thought about this too. I feel like it's also stress in that situation because you also know,
The ball coming.
It's the mental.
not only that, but you're guarding somebody where if you have a good game,
Yes,
that's gonna launch you.
Yeah, that was like I did think about that. Like when I was like, man, fuck, I go get. I remember.
That's why you said that.
Yeah.
Being the person, the competitor you are, you saw the opportunity. Like, yeah, but whoever guard him and lock him up, they're gonna be the man over.
I
be
looked
the
at
man
Josh
over.
Norman just got paid.
You know what I'm saying? So you like, you know what? I got it. I'll take it. Like, fuck it.
You know. So yeah, that
Boy had the ankle hot.
yeah, ankle, feel everything, ankle hot, all that stuff. I'm talking about that corticosteroid shot was no longer in effect.
So you decided to still go back out there.
Yeah, so that's still this happened also in the second quarter. So at this point, he got
We ain't
damn
got
near
out of the
200.
second yet?
quarter, yeah, he got 200.
He had 100 in like the first quarter, got damn near 200. He got like I'm sure he got like 160, 170 in like the second quarter.
In his bag. Now him and Matt Ryan watching y'all confused.
Yup.
They
Like, we got them.
Yeah, it's all
So
like they chips.
we go to the half. I remember we end up making it to the half. We get in the halftime. I go in. I'm like, RV. I'm asking for trainer. I'm like, yo, I need another tour dog. He like, bro, you took your max? Like, I'm like, nah, my ankle is hot. Like, it's on fire. I need another tour dog. I can't run if I don't have a tour dog. He's like, nah, like you can't have nothing else. You got this corticosteroid. I'm like, nah, it's not there no more. So give me more tour dog. He like,
That's not how it works.
he's like, that's not how it works.
He's like, clinically, I'm gonna overdose you if I do that.
And so I'm like, I remember telling him like, well,
none of that.
I'm like, well, I was like, can we just like, what can we do? I'm like, we can take the tape off. I'm pretty sure it's. He's like, nah, if we take the tape off, it's gonna swell. He was like, so you gotta like, we can put more tape on. I'm like, but I'm gonna be stiff.
Stiff and heavy.
Yeah, so I'm like, all right, like, well, we got some. He like, nah, not really. Now, when we go back out there
You ain't
at halftime,
spatted? Or did you have it spatted?
already had it spatted.
Ooh,
He
yeah,
talking
brother,
about putting
you
more
was
spat on there. I'm guarding Julio with a boot on. How you gonna guard Julio in some Timbs?
So what's crazy at this point, right? Bradbury's toes hurt. Rob McClain did something to his shoulder in the half. Like, I think he was like playing nickel, so he can't really help none. And then Worley kind of just like, I think the coach just felt like mentally, like based on the argument that or I don't even know if it was an argument that this, like whatever they was going through, he didn't want to put him back out there. And it's me where like at this point, you see I get a PBU, one good tackle on the sideline, and then just a deep ball, but it's kind of like, well, maybe you can go back.
Did the best.
And you've done the best. So he talked to me, he was like, look, your ankle feel good? I'm like, no.
No.
He like, I told him no.
He like, damn.
He like, well, I need you.
Hoping for the better.
What does you need me mean in this situation? I hate when they say that.
Bro,
Bro,
which toe is it?
it's
Which toe
broke,
hurt? 'Cause
bro.
You gotta go.
It's torn. He talking about you need me. What does that mean? That don't mean it's healed.
So
It's still bust up.
So at this point, I remember Trey going back out there the second half, and he was like, hey, I'm not, like, I'm with you, bro. Like, we got this. So at this point,
Trey
we
gonna
just
take care
start
of you.
managing Julio, where it's like, if you see me, there's a bunch of, like, I think I got like 3-4 clips of me missing Julio, like, but I'm missing outside to make him go inside, because I'm like, as long as he go inside, Trey say he gonna tackle him. So that happens. He gets like a bunch of bang eights, Trey tackle him, or I tackle him, whatever. What really blew it out was the fourth quarter, because we started, I think we was down, and then we started to come back. Like, you know, I think we was down by like 14 or 21, but then we started to come back, and now it was either tied or we were down by 7. It was the fourth quarter, and I didn't know that they subbed Trey out, and it was the other Griffith twin, the Griffith brother was out there. So I'm still kind of on that operation of like, I'm about to just force him inside, and then Trey gonna be here to tackle him. And what was kind of hurting was before that happened, before this touchdown that we finally gave up to him, they kept taking Trey in and out. But I would just be, when Griffin, I'm like, yo, lean over here. Like, I would tell him, like, help me. He's like, they told me you play the middle of the field. I'm like,
that.
what do you play in the middle of the field
Julio
for?
got 200
Like,
already.
I would
Muhammad
have told
ain't doing
Coach, he done. Like,
But what's
Julio,
crazy
it's
is,
Julio over here. He talking about the other side of the field.
but
What are you
what's-
talking about?
What's wild is they
football.
telling him that because Griffith, like, he not dumb. Like, I remember he was there. Like, he was a smart football player. So that's when I felt like, I felt when they were taking him out and when Trey kept helping me and then they would try to get him out, I felt like it was like, damn, y'all really trying to leave me on the island with this man to show, like, y'all trying to have y'all reason to cut me. Because I told my agent, they was trying to cut me in training camp. I told him about that with Gettleman. So I'm like, this is your time, your opportunity to get it done.
They teed you up, my
Right?
boy.
And so when we finally gave up the touchdown, I didn't know that Trey wasn't in, forced him inside. He
Took that
catch
slant.
it. It was a bang 8. Oh. He was a bang 8. He caught it, and I'm like, if you watch the clip, it's a couple steps where like he catches it, he starts to go, and then I don't see Trey tackling. Everything else before that was kind of like he caught it and somebody's hitting him. And nobody hit, so then I go to try to tackle him, stiff me right in the chest, and the safety still ain't there. And he outran the safety, outran the other corner, outran everybody, and just got to going down the sideline. and we look bad. I'm like,
Damn. See,
Oh.
honestly, you know me, how I'm thinking. You already said it right there.
Said it.
they
The
teed.
safety came out there, and he thinking he ain't supposed to be over Julio.
Yeah.
Bad ball.
You know the DCA, that don't make any sense.
It was
Julio Jones,
it was a lonely day.
that's a double
Like,
team off the bat.
Bro, it was so like I couldn't believe how lonely it was out there for me.
So he-
coming to the sideline, ain't nobody talking to you.
So the game ends. What's media like for you? What's the coaches saying?
Bro.
What are you saying to the media?
That's what makes all of it terrible. I walk into media catches you right when you walk
Right
in.
where you walk, especially
So I'm
after
walking
a day
in.
like that.
The dude who's for like the media trainer for the Panthers hits me with the, hey, when you go in, don't talk about the game plan, don't talk about anything, just talk about yourself. Keep it all about you.
Wait, they told you to say that?
Yes.
That's crazy.
So when I get
Can't even
the
voice
media,
my ankle.
Teed you up for national TV.
bro, so when the media and the cameras come in, they hit me with the, Julio gets 300 yards, get the touchdown. So, what happened out there? What was going on? I'm like, man,
What was the game plan?
he just, they asked me
already-
that
I
too.
already
I'm
know.
like,
Fuck me. That's what the game plan was.
And you better not say that.
I'm sitting there, and I hit
better
him with
not
the,
say that.
Well, it was, they came out. We was trying to make sure we stacked the box because, they had the 200-yard rushers, and, Julio just had a day, and, unfortunately, I didn't really get to do my part. I was like, I was under, they was like, your breathing was labored. Did you see me? I'm like, yeah. I was struggling a little bit out there. I'm dealing with some stuff, they're like, okay. Then they hit me with the, what do you feel like you could change or like fix for the game? And I was just like, man, honestly, if it's just about me, what I could fix, I said, I wasn't in enough shape to be out there and cover that man. And the way it was taken was that,
They
twisted all that.
like that I wasn't in shape to play football.
Yeah.
And it was like, nah, when you're covering AB, D-Hop, any primary receiver, even if they're not as cold as them, where the guy's gonna get 10 to 20 targets.
20 targets, no,
A
20.
game, you know what I'm
Julio,
saying?
that's 20 targets.
That's what I'm
20
saying.
different routes.
You have to be at a different level of like physical
Yes.
effort. Like you have to be there, and I wasn't there. Like the previous weeks, I was rotating in and out with Daryl Worley and Bradbury. Well, Bradbury always kind of stayed out there, but I was rotating out with Worley. So I'm getting, if we played a 60-play game, I'm probably only playing like 40 snaps, and then of that, I think I probably get targeted with like 8 times, 10. So now he caught 12 catches. So that's 12 catches, and I think he had like 14, 15 targets.
Man.
So, I just wasn't ready to run at that.
You get paid top dollar to cover him all game.
Yeah.
Because that's top dollar work.
Yeah.
Because them 20 targets, that ain't going to be 20 hitches.
Nah.
That's going to be a couple goals, a couple posts,
You get
like
every route on that route tree,
the
bro.
routes that's supposed to go score.
Yeah.
I would say almost half of them, they trying to put one in the end zone
Yeah.
with that route. So
What did the coaches say at the media? I'm curious to hear what they said.
That's what tore me. That's what hurt me some more. So I finished my interview, grabbed my phone, blood blowing up. I'm like, damn, they cooking me, bro, cooking me. Look at it, Twitter. It was like ESPN. It was a Charlotte Observer. I remember that, and then it was like ESPN, and it was the coaches that was like, we went into this game plan thinking that, this is what we could do. We had some guys ask for opportunities to do certain things, and they didn't hold it. But I think the game plan was great in itself, and we got to have people that can go out here, like if they want this. Basically, if they want this opportunity, they got to be able to stand in there, execute, and stand on their toes. So I'm like,
They threw you under the bus. And
y'all
they
literally
pressed
gonna
the
make it
gas.
sound like I didn't do, like I'm not a team player, like I didn't do what I was supposed to do, like y'all, like and like I said, the one guy that it was kind of. So I'll speak on it. Sean McDermott. He's the head coach of the Bills right now. He was our DC. When I got drafted to the Panthers, he flat out took me in a room and told me he didn't like me as a draft pick, and he had been looking to replace me. So it was his opportunity that he had because he was one of the people that talked to the media and made it sound like right, it's his game plan.
He took you to a room after draft day and told you that he did not like the draft pick.
Yeah, he told me that he did not like me as the draft pick to play in his
Do
secondary.
you know why?
Oh yeah, he hit me with the he said I'm from Cali, I'm a West Coast kid, we soft, I don't play with enough like effort and energy, and he said you're too cool. And I was like, dang, I learned his background. He was from Philly. So, right, he got more grit, play with more aggression. He even spoke to me as like he coached Brian Dawkins. He was in the secondary with Brian Dawkins and another dude named Matt Ware. And the energy they played with, like, I'm not going to lie, like, I didn't play with that energy. But I also played with a different swagger.
DBs that got drafted didn't play with that energy.
And that's what I'm saying. Is like I played with a different swagger.
That's one of one.
I played with a different swagger. And one of my things was like I used to really have that mentality, and that was kind of probably what I had to, like, what I did change and I did mold when I got to Carolina, because when I was in high school and college, my whole thing was, I remember hearing Deion Sanders specifically say, I'm going into a game and I'm not trying to get dirty. I'm trying to have 2 picks, a couple PBUs, I'm not trying to hit the ground. So in high school and college, that's how I played. I'm trying to get picks. I don't really care about tackling you. I'm not trying to run through your face. But when I got to Carolina, I mean, in college I had to kind of do it just because I was a safety. I was a corner, but I played safety. And then I remember they put me in the box to play, like, we had a bunch of backers go down. So I was almost playing like backer.
Like a rover.
Like I was doing that. So I had to get dirty some games, but that's not my game,
your
you know?
calling card, yeah.
But when I got drafted, they wanted me to play nickel. And they got me for coverage, but I used to always talk about me in comparison to the nickel that was there before me, which it was Captain Munderland. And I remember meeting him, and I remember like watching his game, and he was a very strong, physical, hard-nosed player, and even Charles Godfrey. And I'm like, I'm a bigger body than him, so they think that I should be doing what he's doing and cover. And so I had to like get in the mix. Like I had to get stronger. I had to go play the box. I did do it, but I'm sure I didn't do it at the efficiency that he had been looking for, which is why he was trying to replace me.
They use the nickel like a little pit bull. That's how Mike Tomlin do too. He blitz, he come off the edge, he really get a lot of sacks in TFL, really.
And that was the thing. My production from the nickel spot in terms of the run game and like the sacks and all that, like I wasn't relentless enough
for them.
For what McDermott wanted. And I know that now, but at the time I'm kind of right. The ego's like, bro, I'm drafted. Clearly somebody think I could do something. Right. I'm here to cover. I'm trying to get picks, but that's not, that's not the role that I was in. So in their defense, I used to want to play corner because I could always find a way to get to the ball at corner. And then really, it was really our safeties, but I never really got the opportunity to play safety there. But it was interesting. That was the whole media thing that kind of like led to it. And it's crazy because a lot of people think like I got cut the day after. And I really didn't get cut the day after. Nah, I didn't get cut till Friday. That game happened on Sunday. I got cut on Friday. And what was interesting about that is, right, obviously, I told y'all, it's been going on for weeks. I can't practice on Monday. So I don't practice Monday. Tuesday's the day off. Don't practice Wednesday. Thursday, they kind of get me out there a little bit. I remember all during that week, though, they had a couple of meetings. Like, we normally have, like, if the meeting starts at 7:15, or special team starts at 7:30, DBs or back seven will have a 7:15 meeting. So, like, they had a text thread that I wasn't on that. And so I think I missed 2 of the meetings because they didn't put me in the text chat, and the person that made it was the DC. So I'm missing meetings, but I'm in the building getting rehab and work done on my foot since 6:30 in the morning. Mm-hmm. So it's really like I just don't know about the meeting.
It's setting the whole play up.
You know what I'm saying? So that went 2 days. Then on Thursday after a practice, I remember I'm getting extra rehab. I'm sitting down chilling. I'm in my locker. The DC happens to walk by. So when he walked by, I was like, man, I feel like I should say something to him. Like, I feel like I should just try to, like, not necessarily get on his good side, but just let him know. Like, you look like I know this wasn't good. Like, I'm working on it to fix it. I'm going to get this right. We're going to get back. And then I was like, you know what, if he come back while I'm still in here, because he had like already went out the locker room. So I'm like, all right, if he happened to walk back by, like coming from the training room, I'll say something. So I'm sure enough, went to go shower, finished, came back, I'm sitting there, he walked by, and I'm like, hesitant. And I'm like, hey coach, can we rap for a second? Like whenever you got free time, he's like, yeah, we can talk right now, whatever you want to do. So he's sitting down. My locker, he pulled up. Lou Young was right next to me. So he pulled up Lou's chair, sat right there. We chopping it up. He hit me with he's like, what you want to talk about? I'm like, I tell him, yo, coach, like, you know, I know this last performance, got to do better. And I explained to him, like, I was trying to, it kind of sucked because I think I'm at fault in a certain sense of I was trying to follow the know your role thing and not ask and not do anything about practicing about Julio, but I should have watched more film. I should have did this. I shouldn't have went into the, like, I'm not going to do that. I'm trying to take ownership for that.
Yeah.
And he was like, all right, I appreciate that, you know, da-da-da. And I was like, so, you know, I'm going to let you know, I'm going to get better, I'm going to work hard, I'm going to grind. Something like this will never happen again. He was like, yeah, that's good. Let that motivate you. That should be good. And he was like, but you want to know where I think, like, you really messed up at? And I was like, yeah, like what did I do wrong? He was like, well, we're about an hour before kickoff, and we do our little warm-up or whatever, and as we're jogging back in, maybe it was even less than an hour. He was like, you know, I saw you had your son and your family down on the field, and he was like, you know, you're about to go to war. And when you go in to play a football game, you gotta really understand it's war when you're going. And he was like, so I saw you when we ran into the locker room, you like slid down on your belly, said hi to your son, did all that. And he's like, but you just showed him your presence of sign of weakness before the game.
No shot he said that.
Was Sean McDermott a player?
He did play. I don't think he played in the league though.
Obviously.
And I was like,
saying something like that.
what? Like, it took everything from me. Like, I'm really already mad at you, but I was trying to be, you know, bigger person. I want the job, all that. I don't want to get
You didn't know the conversation was even going to go this way.
Yeah. So that ends up happening. I'm like, I'm talking about the shaky breath. Like, I'm like, hey, with all due respect, like, I don't tell you about raising your kids. I don't think you should be telling me how to address my kid, at least on that, like addressing my kid. Especially because then I was thinking about it, like, I did go down there, I laid down for probably like not even 5 seconds. Like, I literally slid, did what I did, talked to my little homie, dapped him up, got up, and started jogging into the locker room. It's not like I was down there just twiddling my thumbs.
What is he supposed to see? You ripping somebody's head off, just angry the whole time? That's your son.